guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. We are here in Aiken, South Carolina with none other than Natalie Matthews.
All by myself. I like they're laughing at you.
20-something carb in my two-pack. So, welcome to today's videos. Yeah, click that subscribe button, fools. Welcome to today's video. We're just going to go over the weekend that was the Border Clash in Aiken, South Carolina. This was on Friday morning. I got a training session in with my two competitors competing. This is Natalie Matthews, and this is Destini Riccio. And both of them were competing, Natalie as a pro and Destini as an amateur. And, you know, the nice thing that I like to do on a Friday before a show is have my competitors work out. I don't really believe in taking complete rest days, though we do reduce the intensity. And this was fun because I actually got to train with them, take some pictures, see their conditioning firsthand. The day before the show is typically the highest carb day for my competitors. So I really like to make sure that they're doing well with the carb up as the week is gone. And so we got to pose. This Gold's Gym in Aiken was really fantastic. We got to spend time working out, time posing. So yeah, I really recommend this gym. The overall experience in South Carolina was just amazing. Got to hang out with Sandy Williamson a bunch and with my clients. And so it was a good experience. And Steven was with me to get me tons of footage. So let's listen to Sandy talk for a second about the division.
You know, people think they come into bikini that we're not looking for muscle. We're a physique organization, okay? The whole point of our organization, and the whole point that I'm even here, is because I just think muscle on women is the best thing that you're ever going to do in your life. I firmly believe that 1,000 times. First of all, it's the only way you're going to change the shape of your body. You have to have some foundation, even in bikini. So you have to have some muscle on you, okay? Again, it's what varies between the different divisions is how much muscle we're looking for, how much conditioning we're looking for. That's what varies, but you have to have that foundation.
So that was Sandy answering the question about muscle. This was Natalie asking a question of Sandy, which was in yesterday's video. If you want to see what that question was, I have the full answer as well. So this is Sandy going through the seminar about, you know, posing on stage, and she brought up a bunch of the bikini pros. She actually brought up somebody from just about every division, including like bodybuilding, classic physique, men's physique, and figure. So it was a really nice 2-hour seminar where they went over a lot of the things in the physique sport that can kind of get confused. And let's listen to Natalie. So this is a special week because this is Natalie's pro debut. I think we've been kind of planning this for about 2 years.
Yeah, you know, for me as an athlete, I'm coming in with so much confidence. I feel like not like the skinny girl anymore, you know, like I feel like I'm bringing so much shape, something cool. So yeah, I'm very excited.
I don't always get the pleasure of being at all my clients' shows, but more and more, it's just such an important part of what I do, and I really love doing it. And last year, I went to more shows than I've ever been to, and this year is going to be even more than last year. So, you know, that's probably for me as a coach, my favorite part at this point is actually going through this process and seeing it through to the end. Look at the size of this place. This was a huge center where they held this bodybuilding show at, which really made it nice. There was plenty of room for the athletes, plenty of room to walk around and meet people. They actually had the expo inside where the show was. And so this was like final preparations. We were kind of finding some good spots for lighting, going through some final posing with Natalie. We actually ended up changing her front pose before finals after seeing her. We no longer use this front pose you see here. We switched to a different one. You know, after seeing her under the lights, things just look a little different. So that's one of the great things about being there in person as well, is that you go over the fine-tune, the details. And when you've worked as hard as Natalie has worked, you can make minor adjustments on the fly. And so this was, you know, after her hair, makeup, tan, everything was done, and I felt she looked flawless. I was like, let's get some pictures to kind of document this process, because these days can go by so fast where you don't even realize it. Next thing you know, the show is over. You don't have many pictures. So, you know, being there in person with Natalie and Destini, what I really tried to do was take advantage of having the opportunity to take pictures for them and with them. And this was backstage after they had glazed her. So we're getting really close to stage now. They had a locker room just for the pros. So the pros were kept separate, which was really cool. I mean, one thing you like as a pro athlete is to be treated like a pro. And this was the first show that I've ever sponsored. So I'm backstage with my client, with the pros, and this is something I plan to do in the future going forward. At all my, at all the events I'm at, I'm going to be there backstage with my pros, and it was really enjoyable to see. There was 32 or 33 pros at this show. Just an amazing sight to see them all backstage getting ready. Steven was back here helping me get some footage, which was really helpful because, had I not had that, I would not have been able to get this footage and document the process, because at this point, the main focus was certainly just about getting Natalie into position to do well. She was not nervous all day, but I could tell as we got closer and closer to that time when they started lining the pros up that she was starting to, get into her head a little bit, focusing on, the fact that she was about to go on stage. But I could not have been happier with the package we brought to the stage overall. She was a pro long before she was actually a pro. She treats this sport with the utmost respect. And so I knew when she was out there on the stage, she was going to really shine. This is Jazzy Fresh, IFBB Pro, and she's probably the funniest pro I've ever met. She really makes the backstage area really fun, which you'll see in just a second here. But, here are all the girls. They told them to start lining up. All the tans are done. Everything's ready. And, just when you think it's serious, you got Jazzy to kind of keep you comfortable backstage. Come on, Jazzy, break it down. Yeah. So this is the group comparisons that they discussed yesterday's video, where they bring all the girls out in groups of 8, and they basically just kind of get a feel for how everyone looks in the groups. Gives them a sense of what the competitors are looking like, instead of looking at everybody individually first and having nothing to compare it to. This way, when the girls come out for their individual routines, they can pick them apart a little bit and decide if they want to see them in a certain call out. Now, Natalie was in a call out here where she got moved to the middle. So what this meant for her basically was that she got a placing. So at her first pro show with, I think, 32 or 33 competitors, she was one of the, the top half that actually got a placing. She placed 16th, which, obviously we want to move up in the placings, but getting noticed and getting feedback from Sandy, this was really our first goal. This was going to be one of the bigger shows of the year. When you have the girl that got second at the Arnold, 4th at the Olympia at the show, along with some seasoned veterans like Marcia Goncalves and Monica Ellis, it's going to be very difficult to crack that top call out, but this is part of the sport. We're putting Natalie in a position to get noticed going forward. And that was really the ultimate goal. And having her moved to the middle of her call out was very happy for me. And then we also got to speak with Sandy directly after the show about what to do moving forward. Here you have Destini, who is in the open division class H. She's very tall. When she has her heels on, she's about as tall as me, if not taller. Like, she's well over 6 foot tall in those heels. So she brought an amazing package to the stage. I thought she would be in a position to potentially win the overall for this show, and she certainly was, because as you'll see here, she is in the first call out, and they only had 4 girls in the initial call out. But I was sitting behind the judges, and if you see the judges start speaking right here, I could actually see them mouth the words 191, 191. So, that to me is a good sign that the other judges liked her look and that they were interested in to see how she looked. Now, the feedback for Destini was a little more shoulders and a little tighter from the back. So before we get on the national stage, we're going to take some time and adjust. But the good news is that, we got to win her first ever. She's nationally qualified, and now we know what to do. And this is right about the time they moved her to center. All right, guys, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.